Hey there, this is Shawna Brooks with Keller Realty, and really quickly, I wanted to maybe help you out with a question that a few of our sellers have had recently. We've talked before that it's common for buyers to ask for sellers to assist them with their closing costs, and if that happens, typically we're going to counter back and ask that the sale price be a little bit higher so that those closing costs aren't coming directly out of the seller's pocket. Again, at the end of the day, the seller really only cares about their net, about their bottom line. So for example, if a home is listed for 150 and a buyer is going to ask the seller to pay $3,000 towards their closing costs, the seller really looks at that as an offer of 147 because the seller only cares about what they're going to walk away with at closing. So if you're a buyer and the home is truly worth 150 and you need $3,000 in closing cost assistance, then offer 153 and ask the seller to pay $3,000 in your closing costs. That way the seller is still getting the amount that they want, that is fair for their home, and you are still getting help, the closing cost assistance that you need. But the question that has come up recently with some sellers that we have is, okay, if I agree to pay for those closing costs for the buyer, when do I have to pay that? When do I pay them that money? And that's a great question. It's a question that buyers and sellers both have. And the way that happens is that money comes out of the seller's proceeds at closing. So, Mr. Buyer, if the seller has agreed to pay $3,000, for example, of your closing costs, they're not just going to turn over a check to you right now for $3,000. That money is only going to show up to you as a credit at closing. So for right now, yes, you're still going to need to pay for your own home inspection. You're going to need to pay for your own appraisal, your own year of homeowner's insurance. And then at closing, if the seller has agreed to reimburse you for that, it will get reimbursed to you at closing. And it basically comes off of the amount that you would have to bring for your down payment, essentially. And Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if you have agreed to pay that amount, it will just come out of your net proceeds at closing. Instead of getting maybe a check for $50,000 from the sale of your home, your check would be for $47,000 at the end of the day. So hope that helps bring some clarity to that. If you have any other questions at all real estate related, feel free to get in touch with us. Our number again is 317-886-8228. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.